So this is Dylan. I can't tell you his age at the minute. I could look at his paperwork. I can't look at it in his mouth at the minute, but I don't know. I would guess he's around 10, getting on that way, maybe a bit more. And he was absolutely... I should have filmed this to show you, but obviously when you're dealing with such he was quite dangerous, only from the point of view, there's no badness in the horse whatsoever, in any way, shape or form, but you couldn't touch him on the quarters. Put a rug over him, he would be frightened, just round his quarters. So, what we've done, we've got the harness on, which took us a little bit of time, obviously, to get that on. But when he could cope with, we've done it in stages, where sometimes you'd say, no, this is no good in stages. So if I can say, sometimes it's better to put the whole thing on straight away and be over, because a horse cannot understand. So by that, if you put just a crooper on, we say, just that, right? So, I'm only talking about the back half of the horse there, if you like. Anything behind the pad is what he was worried about. So if you just put the crooper on, that was a major thing. That would arch its back, be on its toes quivering, yeah? And upset by it. So you'd have to just stand and talk to him and kid him along and scratch his back and tell him it's all right. But that went on for a long time. And then you couldn't lift his tail, he would clamp it down hard. So we put it on his towel, so we do the crooper up, buckle it up, so it's not round his dock, and then we would plait a bit of his towel and incorporate the dock over the top, so it's sitting on top of his towel. So when he was, you know, in his stable, he could just feel it. So he'd have a roller on, just a crooper, and do it like that, because you would overface him if you tried to put it on with this type all in one go, and it could result in an accident. But he would be, you know, frightened. Well, don't come here to be frightened, do they? What you've got to do is come here to build their confidence, so they're not going to be frightened. You know, they're going to cope with anything. Come on, my baby. Ooh. All right, mate. God bless you, mate. Thank you. Come over, darling. So as I say, that's what we've done there. That was the first thing. Ready, my baby. And then we'd had the straps over his quarters so that he could feel them hanging down his side. Another time that he couldn't settle to that, you know, it upset him. He got uptight all the time doing it. So come up there, baby. So we so steady, baby. I'm sorry, I've got to concentrate hard on what I'm doing. I'm watching his quarters all the time. So then once we got that on, we put the breeching on, but we didn't connect the breeching up to the collar, and the breeching was just hanging loose. Now the ironical thing is really funny. You can slip your hand around his inner thigh, yeah, and put a strap round there. But if you come up, you know, just above the hock, you're all right. Anymore, he can't stand it. He don't like it. So, what reason? Why did it happen? How could anyone ever answer that? I know a horse that caught himself. He was 100% to drive in all respects. The fella bought another one to go with it. And anyway, a week before it come, you know, to pair them up to work as a pair, he all specced him to, he all specced him himself. That's the ironical thing, to a pickup truck. But the pickup truck was running, you know, it was ticking over. And he backed round and touched it. Well, it took a week or more. He was frightened of, frightened of any cars behind him after that. You know, he got over it, but it took a week, you know, to get his confidence in himself. After that, he was really good. But I suppose he was just one of those that, oh, come on, baby. So anyway, getting back to this fella. Lovely horse, nice-natured, gentle, kind horse, but terrified behind. So then we got the breeching, then we connected the breeching up. Then we moved him around really slowly, you know, just inside the stable. You know, the stable's quite big, you can walk him around inside. So we've done that, and we've done it when we just fed all the other horses. So they're all munching away quiet. So we had no real great distraction, although we was inside the stable, as long as we didn't get too near them that they thought they was going to have to share their dinner. So anyway, that's what we done, and slowly we've got him like this. And when we got him, the lady also said he lacks confidence in himself yet. So what we've done now, we've just gone this far. The lady's committed to collect him, you know, she needs to take him home because she's not going to be around for a while, and then she's going to bring him back sometime, and then we'll finish him off. But the thing I started doing then was dropping these reins onto his tail. Now, I should have filmed this so you can see, but if I'd done that on his tail, he would bang straight in the collar. Just like you'd whipped him hard, you know, you'd think that's what you've done. And now I can do this, so I can put that down there on the outside, yeah, and pull it up. I can put it down this side, and pull it up, and I can run it all over his quarters now, without him taking too much notice. There's still a reaction. If I'd done the same thing to this horse, he'd take no notice at all, would he? So there's still a reaction, but it's nothing like it was. And the other thing you can do, but you've got to be careful, or put it this way, all these things are only what I do. So I'm not telling anybody to do what I do, because with all due respect, I think along with what I do, you need perhaps the experience. You know, I've been doing this a long time, so you know what you know, where you can move horse on, push him forward, or it's time to ease back. Go back to, you know, a bit and then go forward again. There's all them things to consider. But he's a dear, lovely, looks lovely and honest, really nice. But he's relaxing now. If you see his tail's off his quarters, isn't it? You can see a little bit of movement in the actual dock itself. The same as this horse. A little bit as he walks it moves, so he's not holding himself tight. He's dipped in his back. You can see that strap just lifting and dropping, same as that horse. His ears are a little bit more alert, you know. If he's not sure of something, he'll have his both ears back on me straight away, just for me to say, it's all right, baby boy, on you go, sugar, you're happy, you know, it's good. I don't want to be saying that by the time he's, you know, when he comes back and he's trained. I want him to build up his own courage so that he can deal with anything, really, that might come his way. So my cloud now wants to go in here at 90 miles an hour, which is his playtime. Right, we're just going to walk in slowly. Come over, darling. Come over, baby. He'll already come in at great speed, no trouble at all. He does that. Also, the other thing that's great, what interests me, you know, it fascinates me that you know, you'll learn every day if you put your mind open, you learn. There's so much to learn. Oh, my little baby. Oh, my little baby. That's good, darling. There's still my little sugars. That's it. There's good babies. There's good babies. That's what I want him to do. Now, that's it. Second time he's done that, put his head down, but he's relaxed. He's not tight, he's relaxed, he feels safe in here, and he's relaxed. Now you say, well, what's that got to do with his quarters? Well, the bloody river's running round his ox, isn't it? Look, I'm pulling his tail, you see. So before, that would have been foreign to him. He wouldn't like that, you know. but now he just accepts it, and he's doing really, he's doing well. And he's just started playing with, he doesn't need a drink or anything, but he's just playing with that water, dipping his lips in, and that's lovely. Well, if he's doing that, he's not concerned with anything going on around him, is he? I'm just going to unhook my reins, that's it. So I've got to give him a couple of minutes now, and also now if you watch, this horse is fit. He's done quite a distance with us. A lot of it off-road in the arena, where we could concentrate on this problem on his quarters. So he's done plenty of road work, but he hasn't done it. I would say at least half of it has been done off-road, because you couldn't get his attention. If he was looking at something, the ladies say, well, he was good in traffic, but what they've got to understand is, when he was in traffic before, someone sit on his back and ride him, people often say, oh, they're good in traffic. They're already riding, they want them to be a driving horse. So they're already good in traffic, that's not a problem, but it's the biggest bloody problem there is. Because now we're going to take 80% of their vision away with the blinkers. We're going to tie them to something that is chasing them no more than 3 foot away from their quarters. If you say to me, well, they don't know it's a cart, no, they don't. They feel that behind him, listen to that behind him, and that takes a great deal of their own ability to cope with that, because what can you do? I can talk from here, but I can't sit on its back, run my hand up its neck, cuddle it, squeeze it with my legs, can I? Not that he'd want me sitting on his back, but what I mean is, there's not that bodily contact, there's not that closeness, is there? We're way back here, and people say, oh yeah, but it won't be any trouble in traffic, because when you put blinkers on, if you look at the line of sight on a horse, with his right eye you can see over his, so with his near side eye, he could see over his offside quarters, and vice versa. In front of his head, there's a triangle in front of his head where he can't see anything. If you put your finger up there on his forehead, he can't see it, because it's a blind area. His eyes are on the side of his head, not on the front of his head. So when you take that into account, that you've got to take that into account and understand that it's going to be different now. It's going to be in blinkers. It's got all this harness all over him. It's got the bridging round its foot. They're towing this along, so he's got weight on his. But he's got a pole up the side of him, banging him from side to side, just with his own movement or potholes in the road, and he's 3 foot away from something that's chasing him. So it's an entirely different thing, when people say to me, oh well, he's brilliant in traffic, you won't have any trouble there. Not that there's any trouble, it's just getting them used to it. But he's got his own confidence in here, hasn't he? Can you see he's standing there quiet? But he's done the miles, yet he's still sweating up a bit. Can you see the steam coming off him? Nothing coming off a Cloud. And you can say Cloud does a lot more miles. But this horse is already fit. Although he looks, he's tight, he's got the muscle, he can march on. He would do, like, without any question of doubt, he'd do 14, 15 miles with a break. So if we took him down to Stockbridge, for instance, he'd do. If I took him to Stockbridge now, I would only take him the back way to Stockbridge, a quieter road, because I still need to get this is 100%. No, it's not. It's 99. No, it's not. It's 88% better than it was. But you could upset him very easily. It would be a simple thing to do. So if we now was to splash a little bit of water over his quarters, he'd jump. He wouldn't be able to cope with that. You could splash it over most other horses at this stage. He's been with us a month, and they wouldn't be taking any notice of it. Also, if you just look at his back now, can you see, if you compare this horse here to this horse here, he's a little bit down, isn't he? His tail's a little bit locked in. It's not because he's standing and holding. If I bring him back here, look, come back, darling baby. Come back, little baby boy. Come back, my little sugar. Oh, my darling baby. Oh, my little baby boy. Can you still see? Look how tight his croup, you know, his strap is around there. So although on the face of it, well, what did I just tell you? See, it only just flashed his leg. I'd like to tell you I'd trained him to do that. So that's what I've seen. Cloud, this is getting right off the subject, but I've seen Cloud. He's not my horse actually, he belongs to a friend of mine. But I've seen him, he's got an itchy ergot, and I've seen him lift his foot over that trace like he is now. He's just splashed me, look. So I've seen him do that and scratch his leg, you know, with a trace. And then it's been a bit slack, so he's twisted his shoulders round to tighten it up, so it's like a tightrope, and he's rubbed his leg up and down it because he's got an itch. But then if you look at the miles that horse has done since he's been with us, he'd be doing, oh, he must average 150 mile a week more. No trouble at all. And look at him. He's in his teens now, and he's a proper, you know, lovely horse. This is a lovely horse. They're all lovely, and they're all lovely. It's only what we bugger them up, and the human race mess them up until that point in time. They're perfectly happy. And what we ask them to do is a cheek, really, innit? Bloody cheek. We want to sit on their back, kick them up the ribs, hit them on the bum with a stick, put a lump of iron in their mouth. So we try and do it the other way, so they got a soft bit of rubber in their mouth. Well, that's a good start, you know. And we use a bumping stick, we call it, which is a soft sponge ball on the end of the actual stick of a lunging whip, and we can touch him anywhere. Well, that gets his attention just as well as a bloody whip would. Make no mistake, when I touch him up, you know, there. And I want to be, and also I'm sick and tired of hearing about you're supposed to hit horse, you know, if you're going to tap him up between the collar and the pad. To me, that is actually ridiculous, and I would challenge anybody on that. And I don't challenge anybody, everyone's got their own opinion. But there's nobody I've ever met that didn't drop any reins on horse's arse, right? On horse's quarters, sorry. None. You come and brush him up here against this here. If we come out here tighter, and brush all up his quarters. Well, he wants to be able to cope with that, look. Can you see he's at rest, got his leg at rest, look. Right, and I could even tap him now. Can you see? Like that. And he ain't even got an ear back, and his leg's still at rest. Well, that to me, with a lady that owns him, the only one can verify it, that's like a big achievement. I'm not wanting a round of applause for that, it just pleases you, doesn't it, if you get it right, and he ends up safe, confident and happy with what we're asking him to do. He's got a better life, hasn't he? But that remark when I mate, you got to touch him between the collar and the pad is ridiculous. Because if you're going along holding the whip, I've said this a dozen times, and the end of the whip catches in the hedge, automatic reaction is to pull it free. If you pull it free, it's going to stripe him straight across the quarters or up the ribs if you're driving a single. So, you know, but I'm really pleased with him. Lovely, lovely horse. Dylan, little rascal he is. Looks like he's picked up with someone just come. But see, even that is good. He's down there now playing with the water. He's just checking this person out, you know. So see that one ear back on me, look, can you see that? So one ear forward, and what he's saying to me, what he's talking to me and saying is, have you seen this? You see it, look? So he go, right, yeah, so that's gone now, that problem's out of the way. But when that person comes, if you watch the film again, you'll see him put his ear back to me. So what he's saying is, that's just a little dog's bell around its neck. But what he's saying to me, you heard this, is that all right? You know, that's what he's asking me, isn't he? Like he's talking to me, saying, Dad, listen, you seen this? Look, someone coming. So there you go, yeah. And I want to say to everybody, thank you very much indeed for those that have joined our club, the Carrot and Coffee Club. The horses are over the moon. They've never had so many bloody treats. So, it's, you know, people want to say thank you for the information I've given them, and that's lovely. We're going to bring out some more channels that are far more in depth, talking about subjects, you know, in a lot more depth, and obviously sorting people's inquiries out. We do that now to the best of our ability, but it is like this. He's having another little drink now. It's the first little drink he's had. Right, on we go then. Come on in, boys, up we go. What? Come on, sweetheart. That's my sugar. Good, good boy. Come over, darling. Come over. Come over. So I'm going to try and show you. I'm going to try and show you here. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. There's a bramble hanging down, which we're going to cut next time we come down. Come on, walk up. Probably later today. Can you see this bramble? Well, you don't want that. Oh my baby, come up a little bit. Come up, Cloudy. You don't want that. That one there. What's that dog? His old ears up having a look at him. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's good. So you don't want that going up between their blinker and their eye, obviously, because that's highly dangerous. But what I'm going to do now is put this little baby child into the hedge. Yeah? Now you say to me, why ever would you do that? Well, I'm just trying to show you that it doesn't react. Right? It's learning to cope with it. So a big old truck or something coming. Whoa, baby boy. So come over, darling. You see that? Whoa, 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 whoa. And again here. Kicking him up there along his flanks and round his quarters. And no reaction. And that's lovely. And it's my mistake. I should have shown you this how he was before, just trying to touch him behind, you know, with a rug. He'd be snorting and blowing and really upset. But maybe the lady will put a comment up when she picks him up and tell you better than I can. Come on in, my baby boys. Up, sugars. Come on.